welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be talking about loving yourself and just a few tips about loving yourself and all of that fun stuff, because I feel like as the month comes to a close, especially here in the US, we are all thinking about thankfulness and giving back, but we tend to forget about ourselves. And that is something that I definitely want to talk about because it just needs to be talked about. So I'm actually going to be giving you a few tips on how to kind of love yourself and also how to learn to love yourself. So let's get right into that. So the first step or first tip, I guess, is to actually take a step back. If you're feeling overwhelmed, which is very common this time of year, take a step back and really just think about life. Give yourself a moment and just think, because sometimes you can't do everything. And that is something that I've really had to learn for myself, is I can't do everything. I cannot possibly be everywhere with everyone at every event, every party, every moment, every big event, everything. Sometimes things have to take a backseat, and that's okay. That's life, and you have to do what you have to do, right? So typically whenever I start feeling like overwhelmed by like just life in general and all the things that I have to do, I take a step back and I make a list. I make a list of what has to be done, like the major things, the things that like you cannot possibly put off, because if you put them off, Lord, you're gonna be behind. They have to get done. They are the like most important, top-notch things that are due, things that have to be done by this date. The second list that I make is the list that is stuff that can be done tomorrow or sometime in the coming week. This is the list that is like, okay, it needs to get done. It needs to get done, but it doesn't have to get done right now in this given moment, but it has to be done within the next week. And then also on that list, you can kind of like organize it by like, okay, this has to be done by Tuesday, this has to be done by Wednesday, this has to be done by Thursday. You know what I mean? Like you can kind of organize it by when it has to be done. The next list that I make is the stuff that I want to get done, but doesn't really need to get done at this moment or within the next week. This is stuff like Christmas presents, for example. Christmas isn't until the end of December, right? So I don't necessarily need to get everybody's gift in October. You know what I'm saying? Make that list of things that like you want to start like kind of working towards, but you don't need to work towards today. It can kind of be put off for a couple of days or a couple of weeks even at most. The second tip or advice or thing is actually to remember that you aren't perfect. I didn't upload videos for like 4 days. It happens. I also didn't upload a blog post on Friday. I put up 2 on Tuesday or on Wednesday. It was a mess. And you know what? Honestly, that is one of those things like I have to sit back and I have to go, Megan, you're not perfect. You don't always make things happen the way they're supposed to. Stuff publishes before it's supposed to. You don't have time to do this. You don't have time to do that. You are not perfect and you cannot do everything. And just like I said in the beginning, you're not perfect. You can't be everywhere. You can't please everybody. So don't try. It's not worth it. Do what makes you happy, what you have to do, and make your priorities based on that. The third tip is actually to forgive yourself. Now I know what you're thinking, Megan, I didn't do anything. Megan, I didn't do anything. Okay, look. Sometimes when we're having a hard day or we're not loving ourselves and we're just like totally ragging on ourselves, we hate our body, we hate this, we hate that, we don't like this about ourselves. When you're sitting there and you're ragging on yourself, you are, in a sense, doing something. You should never do that. You should never do that to yourself. You should never sit and like belittle yourself. It does you no good. Learn to forgive yourself. For example, this past week when I didn't upload videos like I was supposed to, like I usually do, I had to sit back and go, you know what? It's okay. I forgive myself. And you know what? I know that my viewers, my watchers, my subscribers, y'all are awesome. Y'all are gonna stick around. And that's why I love y'all. Y'all honestly have started to become like a family to me. And I genuinely mean that, not in like a big YouTuber's way when they're like, oh, you're my family, but I never tweet y'all. You know what I mean? Like, y'all are genuinely like, y'all mean the world to me. You know what I mean? Like, y'all are sitting here watching my videos and it means the world to me. And the fourth and final like tip that I have for y'all, that honestly, it's kind of the whole reason I made this video. Self-love is not selfish. Say that to yourself about 5,000 times. Self-love is not selfish. You are allowed to love yourself. You are allowed to love yourself fiercely. You are allowed to do it. It's not selfish. It is not selfish to say, you know what? I can't do that. You know what? I need a break. You know what? I can't go to this event because I have something else I have to do. Self-love is not selfish. It is not selfish, nor will it ever be selfish. You have to love yourself. In order to ever be an adult in a relationship, have friendships, coworkers, anything, for any type of thing, relationship to like work out, you have to love yourself. Guys, girls, guys, whatever gender you are that is watching this video, seriously, don't take the word self-love and start trying to make it sound like it's selfish. It's not selfish. Self-love is one of the best things you can do for yourself. Seriously, I don't know anything better than self-love. So those are my 4 tips on how to practice self-love, how to love yourself, how to just genuinely be happier with yourself. What are your tips for self-love? Go ahead and leave a comment down below. I would love to know what you do to practice self-love. Honestly, we could all use it probably. Yeah. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Also, if you wouldn't mind, hit that red subscribe button right down below. Also, that little bell. I would love to have y'all here. Also, if you want to check me out on Twitter, Instagram, I think that's the only things. Oh, my blog. You can go ahead and click the links down in the description below. They are always right down there. I will see y'all in my next video. Bye, guys.